I lost it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Where'd who go?
I lost you and I don't see us. What did I do?
We're right in front of you.
I cannot.
Ready? Are you ready to go live?
I lost it.
He'll be back. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Mike, I guess Mike lost it. I don't know. Silver touched well over $39 an ounce today. Gold's over $3,400 an ounce today. Is it going to keep going? Is it going to stop or recess? We're going to talk about those things and so much more. However, if you have something you want us to highlight, please put 3 question marks at the beginning of your statement. We have a comment pinned at the top showing you what to do. We appreciate it. Oh, we got 2 mics in there. Hey, which one are you? Are you up?
Hang on. What do you mean I got 2 mics?
Here, I'm going to boot you. Okay. He had 2 of us in there. 2 of him in there. So good evening to everyone. Yote fans here. Lisa Anderson against an army of shadows. John Jacobs. Yankee Pride 03. Paul is still bald 2 times over, he says. See who else is here. I don't know.
How about now?
Mike, I was looking at the gold futures. It was up as high as like 34.70 something, 80 something. Right now, the futures are sitting at 34.40 and 10 cents, whereas on Kitco, the bid is 34.28 on gold. What's up with that? I mean, why is there such a big difference between the actual, which is, what we see on Kitco, and then the futures, what people think it's going to be?
Well, the future usually. Why am I here?
Here, let me boot you. Okay, I got you. All right, you no feedback. I just kicked your other one out.
Yeah, I just messed up then.
It's okay. So anyway, why is there a difference? J-Dog, $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate it. Guys, your super chats are more than welcome, and we do appreciate it. They do help us out. So thank you. Why is there a difference in the futures and the actual? So you brought it back on. You're gonna.
Oh, I got something going on. I don't know why I'm boot too. Boot me back out again.
Okay, I kicked you again. We're gonna have fun doing this. Can you see anything?
No.
You can't see nothing?
No, I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, well, come back up and I'll kick the other one out this time. I'll put that one up. So anyway, Mike's having a little bit of technical difficulties. As you know, neither one of us are, tech savvy, so to speak. Okay, let's kick this one out. Kick him out and add him. Now can you see us?
I can still see you, yes. Now it's better.
Now it's better. He just lost the one. Kept kicking the wrong one. So hello to everybody. Mr. Happy Stacker 69 is here. Sand Dune Stacker's here. Yote Fan, Lisa Anderson, J-Dog at $5 super chat. Robert Pintoff. Welcome. Anyway, the question was
I heard the question.
Technical difficulties. Why is there a price difference between what we see on Kitco and the gold futures?
Well, as you well know, usually futures let us know how the market's going to run the next day, as we was talking earlier about it. But lately, even the charts has been a little off. I don't know if anybody noticed that. So we're having a little bit of a good run, really, and I think what's going to happen is we're going to see, and if they will reevaluate gold and silver, we would see some real numbers. We all know that everything right now is undervalued, and they're worried about it going too high would hurt businesses.
Now, silver on Kitco is 39.31. It's got an 87.46 gold to silver ratio. And in the future, it's sitting at 39.61. Again, a slight difference. Now, wouldn't you advise people to be cautious to the point of don't try to think that the futures is where silver is going, because it could go the other way, could it not?
It can. That's what we say. That's what I'm trying to say to you. futures, is what we used to always look at, but now it's kind of an iffy situation because if you look at silver versus the futures right now, silver's up and over the futures.
No, silver's below the futures right now.
What do you get? Okay.
Futures, I'm looking at 39.61 on the futures. And on Kitco, we are looking at 39.33.
Oh, okay. So it's lower. No, then
Yeah, it's a little lower.
I think the futures is pretty well right then this time. But earlier it was a little different.
Yeah, it was lower at a point today when I looked. And it's just anybody's guess. Nobody has a crystal ball. You can read all the charts you want.
Yeah, and we're not
Study
analysts either. Nor do we claim to be.
You can study all the analytic charts, but something's going to happen. Somebody's going to open their mouth and make it change, or the sentiment of the market is going to change.
Right.
So it's anybody's guess. Now, the charts do help guide you. Don't get me wrong. Don't stop looking at them if you use them. But be cautious. Don't rely on just the charts. I would say you probably want to rely on the actual movement. Talk to people. What's moving physically, and what are you seeing move virtually?
So, how was your shop today, then, Keith? Was you busy today?
I didn't sell a single thing today.
Holy cow! We was on fire today.
I didn't sell even one penny worth of stuff.
But we was gone for about a week and a half, so
I was closed. Oh, that's why I didn't sell nothing, right?
well, that's it. We opened up today. We had people come in. Where was you at? I wanted to buy last week. Can I get last week's prices? You know how that goes. Last week's prices is last week's prices. They could have came down to St. Charles and seen me and then got it.
So what happened?
I said they could have came down to St. Charles, Missouri and seen me and got them prices.
Yeah, they could have, couldn't they? Yeah, they could have got last week's prices the last weekend.
Yeah.
Ashes C1 says, are you going to the Dalton show? Dalton, Georgia.
Unfortunately, they already know I'm not coming now. My tables are being rolled. I go into surgery Friday, and I apologize. I wanted to be in Dalton. I'm usually always there. But fresh right out of surgery, I'm going to listen to the doctor and do what they want me to do.
Yeah, now you're going to be going in surgery on Friday for your foot. That's your right foot, if I'm not mistaken.
It is my right foot, yes.
Well, while you're in, what time's your surgery?
10 o'clock.
Okay, while you're in surgery, we are going to be live Friday morning with Floyd on his 77th birthday. So, yeah, it just so happened the Floyd Live fell on his
I thought he was coming to Grove to do it live while I go through surgery.
Lisa Anderson says, Keith, thank you for the comment. Keith, are you still buying silver at the new prices? I am still buying silver, but it depends on what the wholesalers are buying and selling for. It will determine my price. What about you? Are you still buying silver at these new levels?
I will buy silver no matter how high it goes.
Yeah, and our prices will be determined by wholesalers. I mean, because obviously, if silver's 50 and they're paying 45, we can't pay 50. I mean, that's just an example. I mean, I know it's not going to be that far off, but that's just an example. But then if it's 50 and they're paying 55, obviously we're going to pay more than 50, right? So yeah, wherever the market bears it. So yeah, guys, your comments help fuel the show. So the more comments and questions you put in there, just put 3 question marks in front of it, and we could get going real good. Do you think this new $39 silver, $39 plus silver, it looks like $39.33? How are you feeling? I mean, you're still buying, right?
I am buying.
Are there any words of caution you really want to give anybody? I mean, should they stick to the regimen, or should they buy more, buy less?
I would buy what you feel, but looking at what I've seen in the last couple of days, listening to some of the analysts, Now, guys, don't get me wrong. Even the analysts and are sometimes wrong. And these analysts that I was talking about, 33, 34, they're not apologizing. They have changed their notes. They're feeling like it's going to hit 40 to 45 now by the end of the year.
I
So
read Go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
You're talking about these analysts are saying it was going to be 33, 34. Someone made a comment on one of our shows a few weeks ago, one of the Tuesday night chats, and we said we think there's a good chance it's going to get up to 40 pretty soon. And they said we don't know what we're talking about. Oh, I'm not. I don't read a whole lot of charts. I glance at them, but I go more of what's happening. I mean, who's buying it, who's selling, how much are they paying? How do you determine if silver is going to go up or silver is going to go down? How would you determine that?
Well, based on what I know, and I do read charts, I do check everything out. I listen to different guys out there. I actually had a gentleman in my office today that hooked me on some new guys that he listens to that I'm going to check out because it seems like they're a little bit more right than the other guys I've been checking out. But here's the thing, everything is done by your gut. If your gut says go with it because usually our guts are pretty well right.
A lot of emotion, and you hear it all the time. Don't let your emotions dictate how you buy and sell an investment. But with silver, with gold, sometimes even with gold, there's a lot of emotion put into that purchase or sell of this commodity. So sometimes it might not make no sense for someone to be trading silver for gold or gold for silver or selling it or buying it. It seems counterintuitive to what they should be doing, but emotion is a big factor. And guys, you got to try to pull emotion down. Keep it down. Wouldn't you say that?
Right.
Try to keep emotions out of your decision. And it's hard to do.
And one thing I am going to stress again, I always do, please, whatever you do, buy what you can afford. Do not, because I had a couple guys say, I'm thinking about taking a loan. Don't do that. Don't do that because you're beating yourself. Because the
Okay.
one that make the money off that is going to be the banks.
Donnie Texas says, what's the best way to store silver? Safety deposit boxes, even though it's not FDIC insured. What would you say is the best way to store your silver?
Get a safe and put it in a safe spot in your house. Do not let too many people, maybe your wife, if you are somebody that's living with you, if you trust them, give them the combination or the key. Um, the other thing is, but don't tell nobody. I got a lot of farm boys that likes to buy their silver, go buy these plastic buckets from Lowe's, fill them up, and bury them on their farm.
A lot of people do that. Yeah. Um, my suggestion on a best way to store silver is in a whole bunch of different spots. Lock it up, put it in plain sight, whatever, and just so you know. Sometimes people overlook something right in front of them, like that 100-ounce brick that's painted black, and you use it as a doorstop. I've
Remember
heard
that?
that story. People do that so many times.
Well, it's true. We
It
bought
is.
them.
So if you're going to hide it in plain sight, make it right in front of someone's eyes, but inconspicuous. Uh, Definitely different spots. I don't recommend using a whole lot of safety deposit boxes, but again, it wouldn't hurt as using a safety deposit box as part of one of your places. So, and like he said, farmers bury that crap. Okay, here's a question. From Great Scott, thank you, Great Scott. Do you think gold is going to go on a rip now? It finally started going up today. Thank you for the comment, Great Scott. Do you think it's going to start going up faster?
I think we're going to see a move. We just got now. We said the 34. Now we just got to get it to break the 35. I mean, read your chart. You'll see it's due for its upswing.
Okay, here's something. It's coming out from the mint on the 24th at 12 Eastern this week. The Superman coins. Frank Grimberg says, I'm looking forward to the Superman sales this week. Batman will sell 10 times over Superman. I don't know which one's going to sell more. What do you think about the Superman coins coming out, bro?
Well,
this
I
week.
don't. I hate to say this, but I don't think Batman will sell 10 times over. For the simple reason they're going to make the same amount of both of them. It's going to be hard to get 10 times over.
I am more likely to buy Superman over Batman. I just like Superman stuff, so
So do I.
so I'm gonna try to get one of them. Try, probably will try for two, and I'll miss mine, and Mrs. Coin Crew will get hers, and he'll say, "Here, baby, take it. You lost and didn't get one, so I'll give you mine." That's what she's gonna do, just like she did with the flowing hair. She got it and I didn't, and she gave it to me. That was nice of her. Okay, Ashes. Went on vacation last week. Went to New England states. I found several coin shops have changed to only AU and AG buyer sellers. No more numismatic. Is this the new normal? Are coin shops turning to just bullion dealers, or are they still coin shops out there that deal with collectible coins?
Well, I know this guy does.
I know this guy does too. But what about
No,
everybody
actually,
else?
I do know a lot of shops around us do both.
There are some of the bigger shops that are flipping to just bullion, but you cut so many people out of the market when you do that. Even my bullion dealers that I buy off of wholesale, they sell numismatic stuff. Also, it's just the numismatic stuff they sell is like key date coins or it has silver and gold in it. Otherwise, they're not even selling that. They're not selling a 1915D cent, although they might have a 1909 SVDB cent. So a lot of them, it's a lower profit ratio bullion, but it's more consistent than a numismatic coin. And you've got coins that you've had and you've tried to sell for how many years
Oh,
yourself?
I got some coins still left from when I first started.
Yeah, and so do I. And they've been for sale the whole time. They just never sold. And then other coins, you have them and they're gone before you sit them back. It's like, I'll buy that. How much you want for it? And you can tell the guy 10% more. You can tell him double the price. The odds are, if he wants it, and he's going to buy it right away. And there's those coins that don't even make it onto your back table at a coin show. So thank you for that comment. The old gold doorstop story. I know, right? It is old and it is true. I've seen people do it. Mr. Coin Crew says, I'm always hiding stuff from myself. Really?
Well, that kind of hurts. How are you going to find it then?
I know, right? Here's a question. Against an army, like the guy who painted the comics bar black and used it as a door. Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Here we go. Question about platinum. Ricky's House of Crap. Platinum, where do you think the price is headed? Is it finally going to have its day? It's went up 40% since the beginning of the year. Is platinum going to have its day? Thank you, Ricky.
Well, there are guys out there trying to predict it's going to pass gold up. So what do you guys think?
Well, it is more rare than gold.
It is more rare, and it used to be higher than gold. So can it do it again? I think there's a possibility.
I think so. I've got a couple pieces of platinum, not a lot, but because it is a slower seller than silver, slower seller than gold.
I got to buy 5 ounces and a 10-gram bar, so I'm happy this weekend.
I got one piece of palladium, one ounce palladium coin. No rhodium at all.
I got about 15 of them, and this guy sold me a couple of them. And
yeah, you're welcome. C-Bob says,
I hate life on them, but it is what it is.
C-Bob says, myself, I'm thinking silver is going to be like gold. I was saying for gold, as soon as it reaches 3,000, it won't go back below 3. I think silver at 50 this time won't go back below 50. Again, a lot of emotions in that. What do you think? Is it going to stay above 50 when it hits?
If it can break it, I got faith in them. I'm with them on that. I think it would hold.
Still got a risk, and that's the thing. Every time silver takes another leg up, there's that risk of somebody wanting to take some of their profits off the table, and that's what causes the price to go down. And we're not talking.
I don't know. There was a lot of paper dumped on the market, and it did not affect it.
And there's a lot of physical and there's a lot of paper. That's because the physical demand is so strong right now. I'm having trouble keeping product
Well,
in.
just remember, there's so much paper out there that the physical gold and silver couldn't back it.
No, it cannot. It's like 300 to 1 or something like that. It's ridiculous.
It's real crazy.
Scrolling down. Not too bad. I'm only 2 minutes behind. I'm just looking for questions. Okay, here's Mr. Biglets, a new guy. Thank you for coming in. Anyway, for me to check out you guys, early Washington quarters. Looking for some early BU to complete my AU BU collection. I've got like AU 32 DNSs and 58. Do you have any BUs?
I
Early
do.
Washington?
I got a BU set I'm breaking up.
Yeah, you can contact him. He's Mid America Coins in Grove, Oklahoma. You can call him tomorrow if you
Or
want.
he contact you on if there's
Yeah,
something.
either one of us, we will hook you up with the other one and get you what you need. Gen X says the auto industry is going back to platinum and palladium, is my understanding.
How many times have I already said that? And finally, people are waking up. How many times, bro?
I can't count that high. That's all I can say is I can't count that high.
Yes.
We all knew it was going up. It was just a matter of time. But again, it's like anything. We can't invest in something unless we have extra money because we can't invest it and sit on it not selling. And that was the problem with platinum for a few years. You bought a little bit for yourself, but you couldn't stock it heavy for store stock, could you? If it's not selling.
Oh, I got enough for store stock.
No, I'm saying our personal
still ain't
sales you might, but I mean you're not going to have 100 ounces of if platinum's not selling. You're not going to be sitting on 100 ounces in store inventory, are you?
I had several people come up to me and tried to buy platinum. Even though I had 5 ounces sitting back there, I bought, and I told them I don't sell platinum, I buy it. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, well, here's living the dream. And he says platinum will retreat by 26-27 CPM group. Don't listen to coin shop dealers. Wow. That is awful nice of you. Thank you. When silver gets over 50, it would be massive dump physically. And we just covered that. There could possibly be, but some people think it's going to stay up. If there's enough buyers still in it, it will hold. It's just there's got to be as many buyers.
I got new buyers stepping in the game, guys with money.
Yeah, there has to be as many buyers as there are sellers in order for it to hold the 50. Mr. Big Lip says, thanks. Good evening, gentlemen. See, Bob's got another one. It's not so much of how much it costs for gold and silver. It is more about the value of our American dollar and what it can buy. That is a big factor in the value of gold and silver. I mean, because gold and silver is still going to buy you at or about the same thing, whereas the dollar is going to keep decreasing in value and you get less for your money, which in turn rises the US dollar cost of gold and silver. Great Scott says they relax the electric vehicle mandate, so more platinum will be needed for catalytic converters.
Correct.
Beast Diamond says, evening. Are premiums on platinum coming down at all? Thank you, Thomas Tripped on a nickel.
No, they are not.
So they are not coming down on the platinum, is what Mike
There's
said.
still a lot of guys that just don't want to sell their platinum yet. They're buying, but they're not selling.
Okay.
They're not putting out as much as they used to of that stuff either.
Beast Diamond says, how much does bullion price affect the Red Book grade prices? Now, the Red Book's made almost 2 years before the date on the book, right? You're in print 6 months to a year, and it comes out in February, March, April, something. The 26th.
I usually am at the end of March or beginning of April. I have the Red Books already in cases.
So it could affect it slightly, but I don't think it's going to affect what something will buy or sell.
Actually, I would love to take the Red Book and be able to go around buy all the platinum and gold I want to buy because I love the prices they got in there right now.
Yeah, the Red Book's not been able to keep up because they print so far in advance.
Or if you go by last year's, it's even better. The 2025 book, 1,400 an ounce. I'm in.
Yeah. Don't we wish we could buy gold 1,400 an ounce?
Yes.
It's really funny. I've been noticing silver, and it's been pretty steady for the past 30 to 60 days. It's 90% silver, for example, has been going up at or about 1 to 2 points melt value a week. It's been somewhat steady. It has a little bit of pullback here and there. And you think it's going to get to that 50, Mike? You think it's going to keep going?
I think it's going to keep going. I mean, I'm telling you right now, like I said, these rumors about 90% being melted is not true. I can't keep 90% right now.
I
I got
have
to keep
trouble
going.
holding it. I
But just
definitely
remember, I'm selling it at melt.
Yeah, I definitely have trouble holding on to it. And again, he's selling melt. That's a cash price, not a card price, shipping price.
Yes.
It's all extra. And it's the same way with me. If you come in my store, you meet me at a show, I'm going to sell you some dimes and quarter 90% at melt. That's just the way it is. So the boss lady's
I
coming.
didn't even bring none to the show because I'm selling so much in the shop I didn't need to. But I did wind up having 500 at the show because I had a couple of dealers come up and sell me that much.
Here we go. In his opinion, says J Dog, in my opinion, silver hits 40 and stays at 40 for at least a few days. FOMO will kick in for some people, and they will be buying silver like it's going to disappear forever. That is something that you got to watch for, folks. FOMO. That is fear of missing out. Be cautious. Mike said earlier he recommends just sticking with the regiment you had, right?
Right.
Don't go hog wild because it is risky the higher it goes. So don't go if you normally buy $50 a week. Don't go buying 150 a week because it's dangerous and that could be
But
FOMO kicking
just
in
buy
on you.
within your means is what I always say. You know, don't get crazy. Don't spend more than normal. If you got the funds, stick with that number you've been working with.
Now earlier a few months ago, people were calling us crazy. Said we didn't know what we was talking about. Are you still? We said we think gold or silver is going to be 40 to 45 by year's end. Do you still think it's going to hit the 45 by year's end? Because we almost hit 40 right now.
Well, you know, at one point I actually said a couple weeks ago, and that's why I don't mind apologizing. I listened to the wrong people. They predicted it would probably go back to 33, 34. Them same people are now predicting 40 to 45. Some people are saying 50
That
by the end
is
year.
that is the funny thing about analysts.
But they
They'll
don't
tell you
apologize.
one thing, and new information will come out. Like I say, somebody says something or something happens and just changes the direction of a commodity, a price, a stock, or whatever. They're all for it one day, and 3 hours later, oh, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole that you were holding 10 foot away from me. And that's how it happens. That's how prices move that fast, where you can have one opinion and a few hours later you could be the totally opposite because something happened.
But just remember, guys, I said this earlier in the show. Go with your gut. Don't you know? If you don't feel comfortable after somebody tells you something, don't go with it. But if you feel
No,
comfortable, if you come in, got your heart set on, and this one of my customers brought this to my attention, and you got your heart set on paying, let's say $40 an ounce, and that's what your gut's telling you to buy it now for that. And if you feel that way, then go with it. I'm telling you, go by your gut. Don't go by what somebody's telling you. But if you don't feel it and you are listening to these people, maybe take some of it into stride and then think it over. But make sure that when you're doing this, you're working with your spouse too. If you're both involved in it, you both should be in agreement. Don't argue and fight. Just go with your guts.
Mr. Doug Fresh 420 says hits 50. I'm cashing out. What do you got to say for people who have that target, that $50 in their mind? They were saying it when it was 10, 20, 30. Now it's almost 40. They're still saying it.
Well, you know,
What do you got to say about
I
those
got
people?
some people that own businesses here in town, and as been getting closer to 50, they actually came in today and they said, "Well, it's too close to 50. I think I'm going to wait till 60."
Okay, and Living the Dream is saying CMP Group saying high 40s by year end. We were saying 40 to 45 a few months ago, and now I'm right with I'm right with them. The CPM group. I'm thinking it's going to be high 40s. I got to, I guess, reassess it. And again, it's just a guess, man. It's nobody's got a crystal ball. Nobody knows exactly what wrench is going to get thrown that could pivot it back to 30. You never know. Okay, Dale M says going to relax at 38. I believe he thinks it could go back to 38. The way I'm seeing that. Thank you, Dale, for your comment.
Dale, and that's good. You're going with your gut, and that's what I'm telling people to do.
And see, that could be he's saying it's going to relax at 38. He could be saying, well, if it gets back to 38, I may buy a couple more. That could be what he's thinking. You know, you
He's
never know
relaxing.
what people.
He's relaxing. That's all we know.
Okay, C. Bob says, I believe the masses haven't come to the shops yet, like the last two times it skyrocketed. So I think it will be going higher. The markets aren't bragging about it. Until that happens, silver's going to go up, basically. Yeah, that is a thing. I haven't had a huge flock like we did in had like we seen in 7980 and like we had you and I experienced in 2011 where there was a surge of business buying bullion. Have you seen a surge or is it just steady? I mean, just nice and steady, slowly climbing up?
Well, actually, I seen a little surge today. I mean, almost everybody that came in my shop was buying. Nobody was selling. At the show, it was the opposite. I was being dumped on. But to be fair, it was mostly dealers dumping to me.
But I mean, is what I'm saying is, you know, as businesses go, they scale and such. Excuse me, and they get a little bit more sales every year, just natural inflation and price hikes. Are you seeing like a 20% or a 30% increase in the customer flow?
I would say an easy 22%. We in the last few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, we've noticed we got new buyers stepping in the game. And guys, these are young guys. These ain't old people. These are young guys saying, "Wait a minute, I want to regroup," and they're pulling it out of stocks and stuff and putting it back into silver.
I noticed that a lot today, the stock market, because I watched the stocks, I watched the gold, I watched the silver. Stock market did go up slightly, but it seemed to be like, I picked out like 10 different stocks I was looking at, and it seemed to be locked within a few cents. Normally, a stock could go up 50 cents, a dollar. I'm talking some of these stocks I was looking at, it was like a 5 or 10 cent lock. Wouldn't go higher, wouldn't go lower. So something's going to happen with the stock market, and that could affect silver and gold as well. If the stock market takes
Yeah,
a
see
huge lift,
the S&P 500 it went up just a little bit, not much.
yeah, not much. Danny Johnson goes, where would the GSR, which is gold to silver ratio, have to be for the average stacker to consider trading silver for gold? What is your number, Mike? Silver for gold. What's your number? I have a number.
What do you
I
mean?
want.
What?
What would the gold to silver ratio be before you would trade some of your silver for gold? Mine's 50 to 1. What about you? I'll trade off some silver for gold at 50 to 1. Not all, but some.
I'm sitting on a lot of gold. I don't know if I would trade.
But what about the average collector? Where would a good number for them be?
50 to 1 is a real good number. We're at 80, what, we're at 86,
87.4.
87. Yeah. Yeah. So,
That's a great number. It's kind of like if you bought silver at 100 to 1, it's kind of like you're getting gold half off if you look at it in that respect. But everybody has a different number. Some people are good with 60, some people are good with 70 to 1. But I've seen silver as low as 9 to 1, and I've seen it as high as 130 to 1. So I want to be on the lower half, which 60 is a little low, but 50 is better. I don't know. I've seen it all over the place. MJD says, I was surprised that silver pulled back last night, then bounced back so good today. I did notice it went down a little bit last night's session.
right now it's at 87.5 to 1. I just did the ratio.
Okay. Gold sitting at 34.48. futures, silver's at 34.71. Kitco, we got gold listing at
34.30, 39.20, and that's bid.
and silver's at 39.33 is what I got. I must have looked them up.
You must be looking at ask. I was looking at bid.
Yeah, 39.21. Yep, 2021 within pennies. North Carolina Stacker, my LCS, believes that silver has the greatest potential to have the largest increase. Your thoughts on his LCS's thoughts? Well, my thoughts. Go ahead if you're ready.
Oh, go ahead. I'll let you
I
answer
was just
first.
trying to fill the void, man. It wasn't that happening. My thoughts. I think silver does have a greater potential to go up percentage-wise than gold because it's so much less per ounce. Because when things get more expensive, it is harder to make movement in an upward fashion in terms of larger percentage points.
But my thoughts are that platinum's going to be the best mover.
I think platinum. I think people are starting to get platinum. I've been looking for.
There is a lot of people out there looking for platinum, but I am not ready to release any. Do I have some? Oh, I do, but I'm stacking it.
Are you guys seeing more interest in currency? Says AKA 47.
Actually, I'm seeing less.
You seeing less?
I am seeing less, yes. And I do currency.
Alrighty. So yeah, I haven't dealt with collectible currency. I don't know if he's talking about collectible currency or currencies, the U.S. dollar versus the Japanese yen or yang or whatever they call it.
No, I don't either. I thought he was talking about collectible.
I thought he was talking about collectibles myself too. So this new level for silver, I just can't say enough about it. I mean, I think it's a good thing because silver's been repressed so long. Even though it slowly went up over the course of this year, it's still not where it should be. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. We all agreed on that a long time ago. I mean, but at the same time, we also look at predictions and we look at charts and there's a lot of different factors we take in. And this year here has been a big surprise. There's been so much wrong in the markets, and I'm hoping we get some correction out of it.
See, Bob says, well, here, Mrs. Coin Crew says, I've been hoarding platinum for years. See, Bob, who also owns a coin shop, says, I love buying platinum when it was 900 an ounce like it was earlier this year. I'm hoarding it also. I think it's good. See, what I do is I when I collect or stack some, I do it a little bit different than most people do. I'll buy 2 or 3 pieces and I'll keep one. Buy 2 or 3 pieces and then I'll keep one and sell. And that way I keep a nice flow going through of people who see a new product and stuff. So for every platinum I have for sale, if you see 2 pieces of platinum, me selling it, you can guarantee I put 1 piece back for myself on top of those 2. Now, do you do it like that or what do you do?
No,
You just buy back?
I just buy
Some
it.
of us are broke. Some of us, living paycheck to paycheck.
I bought 5 ounces and a 10-gram bar, and I threw it all back when I got back. The guy's sitting on my back table, and I got a rule that shows, and they know it, and I do it for you guys, the people. I like to do the videos of what I bought. So when I buy the stuff at the show, some of the guys get aggravated, some of the dealers especially, because it's not for sale until after the show.
Okay, William Marshall has a comment here. He wants to know which is going to come first, silver at 36 or silver at 42. What's your opinion?
Well, I wish I had a crystal ball, but I don't. But my gut's telling me we're going to see 42 before we see 36.
And that's exactly my thought.
36.
I think it's possible because the momentum is there. And when you have momentum behind it along with an emotional draw to silver, it tends to favor it. I mean, it's going in a positive direction for the past, I don't know how long, month, 2 months or whatever. So yeah, I think we could possibly see 42 before 36. But again, I'm not saying that as an analyst or anything. It's just my opinion. Choking Ghost, I'm thinking of taking some savings and turning it into PM, precious metals. What are your thoughts on him doing that?
I think you should do AM, actual metals.
Choking Ghost, my thoughts on that. Don't hurt yourself pulling out of your savings. If your savings is earning you money, don't take it all away to buy precious metals. Don't overextend, because if you've already got a
It
steady
really
money
depends
coming
on
in,
how much your savings is earning you.
yeah, that's another thing too. If it's not earning you enough, obviously you want to put it into a better investment. I tend to go for on my investments. I do. I have probably half my wealth in silver, gold, and the precious metals and collectible coins and all that. But here lately, I'm still buying that stuff, but I'm also buying stuff that is making me money for me buying it. Paying rent, paying dividends, paying me a passive income. So that's
Paying rent.
what.
You
What?
rent stuff? You said
No, I
paying
rent
rent.
out stuff like
You said paying rent though.
property. No,
You
rent.
rent
Yeah, I
property?
collect rent. It's a
Oh, you
passive
collect
income.
rent. Oh, I thought you was
No, I
paying.
don't pay rent. So yeah, and that's another thing too, Mike. A lot of people have trouble tackling their bills, living payday to payday. Do you have a suggestion or method that might help them to get that stuff down to where they can possibly buy some precious metals? I mean, would you recommend a snowball effect, or you recommend just tackling the highest bill, regardless of the interest, or what?
Well, some people live paycheck by paycheck. So what you got to do is you got to look at your whole picture. And I'm going to tell you, at one time, and Keith knows this, we were really poor. We didn't have nothing. And what I did, because I wanted to save money, is I would take and I would look at this bill, and this bill. I'm going to put this much money back. I'm not going to touch it. If it meant me having to give up something to do that, I did that because I always told myself I wasn't going to be poor and I wasn't going to live this way. And I didn't. So I learned to save, put back, make stuff grow, do. And Keith remembers this. I used to shine shoes, deliver post papers when I was a kid. I was doing anything to make a dollar. The hardest part for when I was doing the post paper deal was I wanted to collect silver, but everything coming at me was silver. So it was really hard to do.
Well,
But that's what I did. You got to start picking at your bills and saying, this one is more important. This one here, I don't have to do. And that what I mean by don't go rent a couch if you don't need to. Find another way to get it. Don't go, oh, I like this TV. So I'm going to go in debt for this TV. Don't do that. You don't need to go in debt for a TV. There's too many TVs out there you can buy so cheap from Walmart's now. People always try to do stuff to make themselves look better, but sometimes you look better longer in the end if you just learn to save and to direct and take your money and direct it somewhere that's positive.
I'm going to touch on a couple different things.
Yeah, go
Shoe
ahead.
shining. I sat on the steps when I was like 7, 8, 10. I don't remember, with an empty box, no brush, no shoe shine polish, and I'd go, I owe you a shoe shine for a quarter. I got all kinds of money. All the adults knew I never would shine their shoes, and then I'd go to the bar. Yeah, a kid going to the bar. You back in the 70s, you could do that. I'd buy me a bottle of pop, buy me and sit there and eat the free peanuts because we was poor. I did it. But getting back to the subject of a way to possibly tackle your bills so you can afford precious metals if you're not already purchasing them, there is what they call the snowball effect, where you tackle the highest bill and just or the smallest bill and then work your way up to the highest bill. And then there's the percentage effect, where you tackle the one with the highest percentage, and then you just pay everything else on the minimums, the whatever you have to pay them, and then pay extra towards that. And when you get these bills down, then you're going to have that little bit of extra money. you might owe 500 on one bill, 2,000 on another, and 3,000 on one. If you go for the interest rate and the one that you owe 3,000 charges you the most interest, go after that. If you want to do the snowball effect, you take the smallest bill, regardless of the interest being charged, pay that off quick, and then take that money and start paying us something else. There's so many different ways to do that to help you afford to buy precious metals. But always, always try to live below your means and then stack. Never spend more than you can afford. That's my thoughts. So we've talked about how to possibly help you get more precious metals. Since the rise of silver and gold, have more people been buying less coins and buying more silver and gold? Have they been more into buying the bullion over the collectibles at your shop?
At my shop, I got more bullion buyers, but I do have collectible guys in there too.
I've noticed a slight difference in bullion. A lot of people like what I call the ice cream silver, the premium silver. It's a little bit more. It's kind of a collectible, but people like that stuff because they get something pretty to look at. And when you have something pretty to look at, yeah, you want to watch your premiums. But by having something pretty to look at, you're more likely to stay interested in continually stacking. So I do recommend look for the value, but buy a couple of those ice cream silvers to keep yourself interested. Some people are just interested in stacking quantity. Some people need a little more oomph, a little more, just to keep them going. What's your thoughts on that?
I think you're right. I mean, there's me. I like the ice cream, so
Ice cream silver is fun. It's good to collect a little bit. You got a
I got
Libertad.
ice cream gold too, though. I got,
You got I got a
I
couple of those.
I do got a guy that comes in, and I got a couple guys that come in, and they love the collectible gold. That's all they want. They don't want to buy bullion. They want to buy collectible gold. But they also know that we will buy it back on the collectability too. So that's one thing. If you are going to buy it, make sure that you're dealing with a shop, or make sure that you know if you ever had to sell it, you know what shops to contact, because he shouldn't be trying to buy it back as bullion gold if he sold to you as collectible gold or silver, vice
That
versa.
is something to look at. Always check with who you're dealing with, who you're buying from. Find out their buyback policy. Some guys got 1%, some guys got 5, 10. Stay away from anybody that's over that 10% buyback where they're selling it for one price. And collectible silver is a little bit different than bullion. That's usually 2 to 3%, maybe 5% tops. But ice cream silver and numismatic, you usually get a 10% on that. So yeah, if somebody wants to charge you 20%, sell you a piece of ice cream silver for 100 and only want to give you 70, $80, think twice about buying that ice cream silver from them. 100's a little expensive for ice cream silver, wouldn't you say? Unless it's Superman, of course, right?
Yeah, well, there is silver out there that's high. I mean,
Yeah.
but just make sure you know the buyback program. That's true. In some cases, they they might be really low minute. They're going to pay you good. There's other cases where make sure you know how many's minute, because they're going to say something real high minute. Oh, I can't buy it for that. I didn't realize the minutes were so high. I've heard that before. No, that's not right either to you.
One of the best benefits about dealing with coin dealers is when you deal with more than one coin dealer. That is where your benefits really come in. You can buy from one and sell to another, or vice versa. And a lot of times that would even allow you to buy it, call the other guy up, and sell it right then and make 10%. But sometimes some dealers will buy higher than others, and sometimes some dealers will sell higher than others. So make sure you've got a connection of dealers that you work with so you can take advantage of their geographic
Well, that's
location.
why they took advantage of me this
Yeah,
weekend.
geographic location is important.
I
How
was
active
paying too
they are.
high. I got to learn I got to learn that method you was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like dealers. I'll buy from one dealer and sell to another dealer, and other dealers I won't sell to at all, but I'll buy from them. I mean, it's just the way it works. It's the same method. As a collector, you should practice that method as well. Find out who buys high, who buys low, who sells high, who sells low, and try to figure something out. Okay, here you go. Save $10. Coach's Magic says save $10 for every 1,000 you earn and gradually increase as you gain control of your finances. You could do it that way, or you could take the extra 10 and pay it towards a bill and become debt free. Either way is a good method. Always pay yourself first. That is important. And that's where he's talking about save. Because a dollar saved is better than a dollar earned, because the dollar you just earned, Uncle Sam gonna put his hand in your pocket and take anywhere up as high as 38% of that, depending on your tax bracket. So I don't know. I'd rather keep that dollar in my pocket as to try to earn another dollar. What about you? Which
I
one do
agree.
you want?
I
So
agree with that.
it's important, but it's also important to support your local coin shop if you like them, unless they are just ridiculously high or buy ridiculously cheap. Support them, because who knows, you could build a lasting relationship that in the long run, if his shop gets better or his shop gets worse, he'll sell you something real cheap or he'll start buying your stuff real high. So as long as he doesn't treat you bad and you like him, try to build a relationship with a local shop. Got a 10-minute warning here. Thank you against an army. Yeah, at the show, Mike, this weekend, Mrs. Coin Crew said they took your money and ran.
Yeah, Keith did.
Was I didn't take that much of your money this weekend.
And that darn silver seeker.
You
God,
said 200 times what you paid me.
a silver seeker guy. I mean, God, dog. I thought he liked me, but he walked to the next table and started spending his money.
Sand Dune Stacker says, do you think silver premiums would go down if the price of silver keeps going up? That's dependent upon wholesalers, is it not?
There ain't that big a premium on silver
No,
right
it's
now.
really not.
If somebody's charging you ridiculous premiums, you better start looking elsewhere.
The only way someone would seem to have a high premium is if, like in my case, on Sunday Funday auctions, I got shipping to figure in and I got PayPal to figure in. But if it's cash, your premium should be around $1.50 or less. That's what it should be for generic silver. Am I right?
A buck
Right
and a
now?
half. There's some places it's $2. Yeah, buck and a half, $2.
So yeah, $1.50, $2 or less for cash purchases. Yeah, so if you're paying more than that, Sand Dune Stacker, look around, my friend. Again, that is just for generic round. That's not for eagles or maples or anything like that. And that is a cash price as well. David Rubin says, good to know if I ever sell them. Yeah, definitely try to work with different dealers. Libertads will always be more costly. Not necessarily North Carolina Stacker. 10 years ago, you could buy Libertads like generic rounds. Everything goes through phases, doesn't it, Mike, on the silver?
I bought a 93 roll this weekend, BU 93 roll, and it's up for sale, guys. It was on my video.
Now the ice cream silver, even some of that gets cold to where it sells lower, and then it gets hot. So hopefully you buy some
Right
of
now,
that.
Libertads are there's a lot of buyers out there for them right now.
Okay, JDF says, did you guys see a lot of platinum at the show, and were the premiums high? What were premiums?
Oh yeah, there was a guy that had 30 eagle sets, proof eagle sets.
Platinum.
Yep, and take your shoes off because I don't think he even have enough toes to count what he wanted for it over. He come over and he said he says, I'll take $25 off per ounce for you. I says, you're charging 300 over. Why do I want to pay 275? I said, I think I'll pass.
There's even fractionals not 300 over.
I know.
I think
but he had the proof sets, and here, not the worst of it, he didn't even have the cards for the set. All the cards were gone. So therefore, they're just platinum eagles.
So in being fair and not talking bad about other dealers, he won't give you his name. Is that correct?
You better believe it.
Because we don't like to throw any particular person.
I'm just saying they were there at the show. If you was there at the show, then you might know who it was. You might have seen them.
Sometimes dealers are high, sometimes dealers are cheap. We don't like to throw anybody under the bus, whether it's a person or a dealer. So we may use a scenario where something happened like this, but we're still not going to tell you it is. It's privacy reasons. So quit that.
Sorry.
Oh man, JJ got me earlier. Against an Army got me earlier. AK says I'll trade you 83 for that 93, bro. For a 93S. Oh, that's a bargain. I bet you would. That'd be an awesome. I got to send some Libertads to the graders. I got a bunch of them. So this has been a great show, guys. Do you want to add anything else about the $39 silver to wrap her up?
Huh?
Yeah, no, maybe. I don't
What's
know.
that?
The $39. We got 137 people in here and 76 likes.
You're welcome.
For you 76 people that hit the like button, thank you. And for the rest of you, thank you for at least being here. I guess that's how you say that.
I guess, guys, I apologize, but I didn't hit the like button. Should I go ahead and go in there and hit it? What do you guys
think you should. Mike.
Yes.
Eric Green says, Mike, what is your channel? His channel.
America Coins.
If one of the mods could throw it up, the Nightbot has been throwing his channel up periodically. But if one of the mods could throw his channel link up, that would be greatly appreciated. I mean, this is my brother. I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but man, he takes a lot of my gold sometimes. That's all I got to say about that.
You just threw me underneath the bus.
Where's the like button? It's that thumb underneath the video.
95 now.
Thank you, John. So, guys, I think
Silver, hit that thumbs up. Let's go.
I do think silver, just to wrap it up, I think silver is just getting started. However, be cautious because it could reset slightly. Your thoughts on the matter, and we'll close her up.
My thoughts on the matter, guys, I'm going to tell you, I already apologized on that reading I gave earlier. Let's get out there, use your gut, look at the market. But I think we might see more silver and gold doing something. And if you find any platinum you want to sell, call me up. I'm ready to buy.
So, Mr. Belay, Department of Numismatics, $10 super chat. Speedy recovery, Mike. Hope to see you in January at the fund. And for
I will be there, whether I have the foot wrapped or not. I'm going to be there.
So, those of you that don't know, Mr. Coinker says, appreciate you joining us. Mike is going to have surgery on Friday. He may or may not be up next Tuesday, depending on how wigged out he is from the medicine they give him. He'll make that decision at that time.
I think I will be able to make it. I really do, but I just did let Mrs. Coin Crew know this morning to let you know, and you type it in instead, that there's a good chance I could be woozy from the medicine. I'm hoping by then. I'm not a strong guy on taking that type of pain pills, so usually I wean myself off quick.
We want to thank everybody for coming and all your support and your super chats. Thank you so much. Wish Mike the best of luck during his surgery on Friday. Hopefully that bone chip is what it is or something.
Yeah, my cleteus, I think they called it, is tore, and I got bone spurs, and I got calcium in the ankle. They're going to go and remove all that stuff, and hopefully within 3 to 6 months, I'll be walking normal again.
Thank you. $2. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you. I put a couple of comments up in the chat. We'll be live Friday on 7/25/25, 10:30 a.m. Eastern for Floyd's 77th birthday. I'm not going to say I did or didn't get him anything because in case he's watching, I don't want him to know. But come join us.
You're at that age now. You can't turn your age around. You're going to be 77 on where you put that number.
So, guys, thank you so much. One last one here. See you on Sunday. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We got an auction on Sunday, too. Hope to see you guys there. So, with that, without any further ado, what's that?
It said Johnson 9 on jersey.
So, without any further ado, I guess we're done. Thanks for coming, guys. See you later. Have a great night and see you on Friday morning. Bye now.
You guys have fun. Bye.